So what? Like, I do want to know, like, what do you think of Bandersnatch?
Yeah, I really liked it because it's kind of my jam because I am a little bit of a sucker for those kinds of interactive sorts of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some video games that are kind of in that vein, not entirely like that, but similar to that I like the Telltale stuff,
Okay.
fairly similar. Like the Walking Dead games they did that were really good. Um, but there's some others that are closer to that kind of FMV style use our adventure thing,
Yeah.
which is interesting. Although I think after watching Bandersnatch, I did have my question answered as to why they don't make more of those. And I think it really is just kind of a simple question of, well, where do you go from there? Right.
What do you mean?
Like they did this, it was this whole fairly complicated kind of story about choosing your own adventure, right? About
Yeah.
free will and choices and all that kind of stuff. So it almost kind of came right out of the gate, like as a deconstruction
Yes.
for something that was never quite constructed. So it's almost like, yeah, it's almost like it invalidated the need to make another one. Because what do you do with it, right?
Yeah. I didn't think of it that way. I kind of figure that, like, me and Brent were talking off stream that I had a little bit of a problem trying to get it working, and I don't know if it was like, because when I tried, we've got a couple Rokus in the house, and I tried to watch it downstairs whilst on treadmill, and basically Netflix gave me a your shit's out of date. So I guess having like interactive software on your streaming site is a bit of a blockage for like various technology that might not align properly. So
Yeah.
but I didn't have any problems on the other Roku. So it was something I was not expecting, because honestly I feel like I watched it down there when it came out.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that's something that probably should have changed very much.
Yeah.
And yet it did, because everything kind of sucks.
Because in shitification.
Yeah.
So, I kind of procrastinated because I was like, I don't know how long this is going to take. And I actually wanted to try to go through as much of it as possible. But I didn't realize like how long ago this game thing came out, because it came out like in, I want to say 2018, 20 fucking 18. God damn. Yeah. So Colin before he was Adam Warlock.
Yeah.
So but I'm blanking on where I was going with that. But how many did you try to go through and get like more endings? Like what endings did you get?
Yeah, I think I got all the endings.
Okay, because
just based on from what I looked up after the fact.
To my knowledge, there are 3 basic ending / storylines, sort of.
Yeah, and then a couple that are kind of variations.
Yeah.
On the others, I think.
Yeah. Or at least kind of, ooh, you gonna die.
Get off.
They're also pretty dumb if you just fly.
Oh, yeah.
They've only got so many.
Try to remember that I can fly.
Do a barrel roll. But
the jetpack.
There's the are you Netflix, are you the symbol, or are you the PACS?
Yeah.
So, and where did the other fucking Mamba go?
They lead to various versions of the dead in jail,
Yes.
or the crazier endings.
Yeah, yes, he gets the mental health care option of imprisonment.
Yeah. Which I did like the crazy meta Netflix options.
Yeah, did you, oh god, I guess the one where it went to, he was on the set of filming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's if you try and jump out the window.
Yeah. Which I think I did everything as far as like all the different like choices, because I tried to see if changing the music you select for purchasing in the music store like change anything, but it didn't.
Yeah, it looks like it only changes the actual music that plays.
Which, yes, yeah. Yeah.
But again, there's definitely some stuff in there about the illusion of choice.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's basically the big reason that I wanted to watch this was of Ready Player One.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ready Player One definitely goes into some of those really old RPG style games.
Yeah.
But also, it's a story that is a game. Like it actually is a game with an ending. But unlike Ready Player One, I actually kind of cared about the characters, like the main character. There were times that I felt bad that I was torturing him.
Which, again, I think is part of the point.
Yeah.
The point when you're given like two bad options, and I'm like, I don't really want to pick either one.
Yeah.
And then sometimes when he resists picking one of the bad options, you are forced to choose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. So it is a separate experience, and honestly, like, I do think it's funny that Jess gave no shits about this whatsoever. Like, I think she tried to kind of pay attention, and she was like, I do not fucking care about this.
Oh.
And her answer was that she hated Choose Your Own Adventures, like, reading them. And honestly, I didn't like them either.
Yeah, I always did.
Okay.
Although they really are just kind of pick all the wrong options until you pick the right one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's really only one path, and a whole bunch of rocks fall, you die.
Or you get airlocked or whatever.
Yeah.
I think I read some sort of like sci-fi one, and I seem to remember I went out the airlock and then bad things
Actually,
happened.
sounds really familiar. Yeah. Wonder if that was the space vampires one.
Space vampires. The stuff with, like, also there were a lot of Easter eggs.
Oh yeah.
But they didn't jump out and say, I'm an Easter egg, I'm an Easter egg.
Yeah, no, there were little things, and not just like references to other Black Mirror stuff. There's like Cullen's big Ubik poster.
Yes, that took me a long time to see that, consider, and then that's actually one of my more favorite Philip K. Dick stories.
Yeah.
Which I was going to ask Jerome K. Davies? J. Davies?
It was like Jerome F. Davies, I think.
Jerome F. Davies. Yeah. That's Philip K. Dick, right?
Clearly, yeah.
Okay.
Philip K. Dick.
Yes.
And maybe some William Burroughs in there.
Okay, yeah, because of the
People who murdered their wives.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, in a William Tell accident.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely Philip K. Dick, especially all the alternate realities and going insane.
Yes, the
Yeah.
the some light schizophrenia.
There's some light schizophrenia.
Yeah. The the stuff with like the demon, the was that like a reference to anything, or is it just like some random satanic panic or Illuminati or whatever?
Yeah, not that I'm entirely aware of, so I don't know. I don't know if it was referencing something specific or not.
Or just kind of like this grab bag of conspiracies, because I did like that you had the demon packs, but then you had like adding S to like Pax Man, and then it's like the whatever. What did that stand for?
Program and control.
Program and control
system.
Yeah. Like I did like that, which gets into like, I mean, oh God, what was it? The LSD, the CIA LSD,
right?
The wormwood stuff,
MK Ultra,
Ultra, yeah.
It ties in with him talking about when he shows up with the game and he's added this whole government conspiracy track to the game.
Yeah.
That he adds after his conversation with Colin. Colin tells him the government is putting drugs in your food.
When Colin goes just full on like banana pants.
Yeah, and then possibly disappears into another reality.
All right. Lotus another.
Because if he jumps off the balcony, then like when it goes back through, he's just disappeared. Like nobody knows where he is.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay, I forgot that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you go back through and choose again, Colin will say back again. There'll be like little hints, a little bit of a variation to keep focus for the the scene that you literally just watched, like 5 to 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Which that's clever. It's good to keep engagement.
It's true.
I'm glad my Netflix subscription is going to some quality craftsmanship and not just, I don't know, to pay the fucking executives too much money or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I hope that
at least try to make art.
I hope some of that went to residual checks for the people actually in it.
All right. There is like one of the, I guess, paradoxically, one of the happier endings. You can get really early. Stop shooting me. If you, just accept the deal to work there in the studio, to work on the game, and then the game comes out and it sucks.
Yeah.
And that's the end.
That more pain has to occur to get more stars.
Yeah.
For the guy rating it at the end.
God damn. Yeah. The better the game does, the worse the outcome is for the main guy.
Yeah. All right. Well, I will stand up when all the Nazis leave. I'm in the poopy water. I guess the Nazis aren't leaving.
Fucking Nazis.
I'm gonna try to get up.
I can get you up. In a minute.
Let's see. Okay. Is it the... Oh, God. Whatever metabolism?
Well, it's a mutation.
How does mutation work? Does it make me better?
Yeah. It gives you increased damage, chance to hit, endurance, recovery, and attack speed for 90 seconds. But then I guess after that, you become severely weakened.
Well, currently I'm face down
Currently,
in shit water.
you are maximally weakened.
I am.
So severely weakened sounds like an improvement.
I'm holding my breath in shit water currently, so I'll take the improvement right now.
All right, let's try it.
Okay.
Ooh. Myself some juice. How close do I have to be? I'll rise with the power of radiation.
All right, I'm going in.
All right.
Oh, there was a level in that Nazi. Oh God, I have XP debt now to match my student loan debt. Oh, at least I can get out of this debt.
That's true. Fairly easily, unlike student loan debt.
God. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that right now. Onto the nicer topic of driving a fictional entity slowly insane in a video game. Where the hell are we going? Okay, over here.
I'm just filling map this way. There's nothing over here.
There seems to be a clan rally in here.
I'm approving that. All right, just the guys in the middle.
Yep.
Okay. Photon torpedoes.
I need a snipe. There we go. That guy's dead.
From orbit.
Well, a little distracted every now and then. It's largely because there's a dog barking. And it's not my dog. It is a neighbor's dog that is just constantly fucking barking.
No.
Yeah, whenever our neighbors leave, it's just bark, 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 bark over and over again. So, fortunately, no one can hear it but me. So that's wonderful. So on the topic of slowly maddening, this is method streaming.
Slowly going insane.
Like, Jess heard it a couple days ago over the weekend, and she was like, this fucking dog, it won't shut up. And I said, I hear it all day, every day. And she's like, oh. So, yeah, whenever they leave, it barks. But anyway, I'm not entirely sure, like, what else to say about Bandersnatch other than I think it's worth a watch. Like, I would recommend it just to have that kind of experience with something that is, I guess it is experimental storytelling, because it is very unconventional.
Yeah.
So I don't know of another thing. I have no idea how fucking expensive it was.
Yeah, I don't remember. I know it took a while to make.
Yeah.
Because it was originally going to be part of season 5.
Okay.
But it took a long time to make, and it was part of the reason season 5 was delayed.
Okay.
So there was just a lot of stuff they had to hammer out.
Yeah.
About how exactly it would work.
Just kicked me out of the air like I was a fucking orange soccer ball.
Wrong way. Nope, he shot me in the neck.
I should have said, goal! All right, I'm going to the hospital and level. Fuck me.
He's down in the poop.